Well, hello and welcome everyone to Strala Yoga on Mindfulness Monday of BFRB Awareness Week 2022. I'm Jen Monteleone, Interim Executive Director, the TLC Foundation for Body Focused Repetitive Behaviors. Some quick housekeeping items before we get started. This is an educational webinar offered in a safe and welcoming environment for everyone attending today. Questions for our guests should be asked through the Q&A feature, and your questions will be answered at the end of the webinar. If you have any tech challenges during the webinar, please use the chat box to message one of our TLC staff members, and we will be happy to help you. Our guest today is Tara Stiles, co-founder of Strala Yoga. Tara is a best-selling author and well-being expert. She's revolutionized yoga for millions, transforming a practice so often seen as foreign, dogmatic, and guru-based into an everyday movement that supports ease and well-being. Strala Yoga is practiced in more than 100 countries. Thousands of guides lead Strala classes around the globe. And Tara shares daily yoga with thousands of people on the Strala Yoga app. Her podcast, Feel Better with Tara Stiles, explores a path of calm and harmony through life topics of health, purpose, family, relationships, and career. She has been profiled by the New York Times, Times of India, the Times UK, and featured in most major national and international magazines. Please help me welcome Tara Stiles. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have a nice yoga with ease practice with all of you. So sound okay?
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for being
great.
here. I'm going to go get ready for Strala Yoga and I'll see you back for wrap up.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. So welcome everyone. Let's have a nice, calm and easygoing yoga practice filled with lots of feeling good vibes. So something really cool to kind of understand a little bit about yoga. If you were anything like me when you first started doing yoga, I was a little bit afraid, a little bit nervous that I wasn't going to be good enough at it. I was kind of worried that the pose was the goal, and this caused all kinds of really not good feelings inside. And the more I started to explore what yoga could be for me, I learned that, okay, that doesn't have to be the way of the practice. You can actually do yoga in a way that helps you feel better right from the start. And you can really make connecting with yourself and connecting with those around you the goal. So how we move here is based in softness and ease and really should feel like you. So enough of me kind of chatting about this. Let's see if we can do a nice easygoing practice here. So if you'd like to stand up, feel free to stand up. If you're on the ground, that's great as well. Most important through your practice here is that you're actually comfortable. So anything that feels a little stuck or tense or rigid, just drop it a little bit, slow down, maybe give yourself a little wiggle here, a little shake. And when you feel better, you can glide and kind of join right in. So something kind of cool that I love to lead in a yoga practice before we start things that look more familiar, like yoga movements, is just simply having an easy kind of casual walk around your space. And this may seem a little bit silly or strange at first, but really what we're doing here is just practicing going from you doing your things in your life to you starting to do simple things like walking, but really starting to take care of yourself. So in Tai Chi, this is really a big practice, this simple walking forward and back. And something you can also start to practice here is unweighting. So shifting your weight to one side before you move that other side. And we all have habits that aren't kind of easy posture here. So if you have an arched back habit or a rounded habit or something kind of funky in your body going on with your movements, we all have versions of that. So this is a nice place to Soften a little bit, easy bend in your knees, easy bend in your elbows, and then practice walking from your center, moving your middle, and the rest of you starts to get to kind of go along for the ride. And then we can take that into crawling down to the ground. So easy, moving simply and softly with yourself. And gradually we'll meet in a nice calm place to sit here. However is really comfortable for you. You can be sitting cross-legged if that feels like it's not happening at all. Don't worry about it. You can sit on your heels. You can sit on a couch. You can sit on the ground. However really is best. You can sit kind of like that. That's great too. So you don't need to feel like you're kind of putting your body in a place that isn't working. So in Tai Chi, there's a wonderful line, wonderful little practice that says, never suffer a bad position. So if you're uncomfortable, that's a good sign to roll around a little bit and find a different position that you're more comfortable in, and then start again from there. So once you find that easy place to sit, let yourself roll around a bit here, a little shift and drift one way or the other way. And you can really lean on yourself. This is bringing in a little bit of shiatsu, which is literally connecting with yourself, leaning on those parts of you with your forearm, maybe even your elbow. That might feel nice. And then having every other place just relax a little bit here. Or you can lean on the floor a little bit. Really start to move here from your center, move from your middle, and let the rest of you kind of ripple along for the ride like a branch swaying in the breeze. We all love to look at trees because they remind us to be easy and steady and calm. Eventually rolling your way toward that more centered place. And simply notice how you feel. Let your whole self soften a little bit. So softness is super cool action, literally bending what can bend, your elbows, your joints, your movable places. And letting your whole self emotionally soften, allowing yourself to be literally moved by your breath. And this is where things can get really fun, really cool. So when you soften, your breath starts to become bigger and more full. And your breath literally starts to move you. Big inhale. Your body goes along for that ride. Long exhale. Relax, almost like a big globe expanding here. A couple more together like that. Big inhale. Long exhale. Relax. One more together. Big inhale. Long exhale. Relax. Bring your arms along with you for the ride this time. Big inhale. Reach your arms up. Easy. Relax everything down. How nice is that? Two more times. Big inhale. Fill up like a big balloon. Easy. Let everything go and relax. One more time. Big inhale. Reach up tall. At the top, bring your palms together. Plug everything in here. Really connect. You can bring your thumbs into your heartbeat. This is a nice kind of pushing into yourself, bringing your body on your center. If it's more comfortable to have your hands on your belly, your center, that's great too. Or just down. Notice how you feel. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Relax. Let's move a bit here. Lean toward your left, always away before the direction you're going, and then fall down toward your right side. Just fall. The ground will catch you and support you. Opening up here. Maybe this opposite arm stretches up and over. Maybe it's nice to lean a little bit forward or to the side or to the back. Let yourself literally hang out in those places that feel a little bit stuck or feel a little bit tight. Listen to yourself. Find those spots that are asking for a little bit or maybe a whole lot of extra care right now, and give yourself that extra care. And eventually coming all the way back up, let the rest of you just ripple along, and other side, ease on down here. Big stretch. Rolling around here, maybe forward, maybe back. Find those stuck places, almost like you're searching for them. And okay, there's a stuck place. I'm going to hang out there for a few breaths. That feeling, those are the goals. If there's any goal here, is to find where you need a little bit of care and give yourself that attention, and coming all the way back up. And let yourself fall forward here from your center. Ease on down, letting your head relax, your neck relax a little bit here. Coming all the way back up there, moving your middle, letting your hands eventually just catch you behind you there on the ground as you push down, lift up, big stretch, open a bit. Easy back toward your center here. Rock a little bit one way, rock a little bit toward your other way. Eventually finding that center. Easy. Notice how you feel. And let's move here a little bit more. Lean to the side, slide yourself around onto all fours here. Crawl yourself here gently. And just make a little bit of space here for yourself. Rolling around, a little shift and drift one way or the other way. This can be any direction that's nice on you. Maybe back into your heels. You can drop your head and neck here. This can be kind of cat-cow, forward or back, but don't limit yourself to the directions here. Roll around here simply and easy. You can't do this wrong. Just simply noticing how you feel and hanging out in those little bit stuck places, the goal. Eventually let that take you a little bit more forward. Scoot your knees back here and sink on down toward the ground. A little rock a bit here, side to side as you go. Maybe you stay up real high if this is a good feeling, big stretch. If that's too much too soon, don't do it here. Come on down a little bit lower or a lot lower there here, easy. Draw your shoulders down your back, big inhale, open up. And keeping your knees on the ground, shift up and back onto all fours here, hang around here. And you start to really move here from your center. That puts your hands and your knees, whatever's holding you up, in just the right place. You don't need to kind of place your hands or place your knees. You can move from your middle, then everything starts to move in a bit more harmony here together. And let's keep this going here. Move all the way over toward your left side. Let your hands just come along with you because they're attached to your body, making some room for that right foot to slide up there a little bit more forward. Bringing your foot on the ground, push down a little bit and scooch that back knee back a little bit there. And then move yourself here a little side to side, letting your hands catch you and support you on the ground. So one moment to the next, wiggling your way into this nice lunge here. Notice how you feel right here. Giving yourself the time to simply hang out right here and breathe big. Staying movable, staying soft, maybe a little shift and drift here. Noticing what happens, noticing any changes as they come and go. And let's keep moving here. Lean toward your left side. Big inhale, pull your right side up for a nice big twist. And all the way back here toward your middle, lean right. Big inhale rolls you open. One more time each side here, back to your middle, lean left, roll open. And all the way back here toward your middle, lean right, roll open. And all the way back here toward your middle, little rock a bit side to land on that center again. Tuck your back toes, keeping this back knee on the ground. Shift up and back toward your runner stretch here. Lean a little bit left and then lean a little bit right as you go. Maybe you wind up high or up and over this leg or an easy twist around. One variation is never the goal, always finding the version along the way that is feeling most useful for you. Usually that's the variation that kind of feels good, feels a little bit interesting here for you. And crawl back out toward your nice low lunge, rocking side to side as you go, keeping your hands on the ground, tuck your back toes, lift up through your hips a bit, walk your hands back here so your arms are right under your center, put a little bend in your knees. And let your torso here roll around a little bit one way, a little bit the other way to find a nice release here. And if you put a little bit of a bend in your knees here, it's not just asking your hamstrings to release and stretch here. The whole back of you, like a big globe or a big ball, can release and relax. It's much more interesting, hopefully, much more going on, really addressing your whole self here. And sink right back toward your low lunge, let your arms support you, soften your back knee down toward the ground. Easy there, and crawl toward your open side here. So much of this top leg just slides back around into all fours, and other side here, crawl toward your right side. So much of this left foot can slide forward there. Push down on the ground, pick yourself up, that back knee, so it can scooch back a little bit there, and move yourself here a little side to side by rocking one way and the other way. Just like you're floating through the water. And then the waves can calm and calm until you find the centered place. You don't even need to try to breathe more big or breathe more full. When you soften, your breath just starts to move through you a whole lot more freely. Let's move here, lean toward your right side big, and I'll pull your left side up for a nice big twist. And all the way back here toward your center, lean and roll open. One more time each side here, back to your center, lean, twist open. And all the way back here toward your middle, lean, roll open. And all the way back here toward your middle, little rock a bit side to side to find that center again. And then keep it flowing here. Tuck your back toes, keeping this back knee on the ground. Lean back toward your runner stretch, all the way to the right, and then all the way to the left. So you can really find that perfect spot for you right now. Maybe you're up high or up and over or twisting around. Almost like a little curiosity with yourself. Where can I find those stuck places? And I'm going to give myself some time and breath to hang there. Just simply being nice to yourself, noticing what's going on, just like you would a good friend. Just listen and respond. You don't need to try to fix anything. Just hang out and breathe and see what happens. And eventually crawl back out toward this nice low lunge. Tuck your back toes, keeping your hands on the ground. Lift up. Walk your hands back a bit here. Drop over your legs easy. A little bend in your knees. Give yourself that chance to roll around a bit here softly. Explore like you'd explore around in a really cool cave or a really new place that you're excited about here. Sink right back toward this low lunge here. Soften your back knee down like a home base feeling. Easy. Crawl toward your open side here. So much of this top leg can slide back around, and move yourself back onto all fours here, rolling around a bit. See what's happening here in your hips and back now, maybe back into your heels. You can't do it wrong here. Move really nice to you. Lean a little bit forward again. Scoot your knees back here. Sink on down toward the ground. Maybe real high is a good stretch this time. If it's not so nice, don't worry about it. Just change it. Come on down a little bit lower or a lot lower there. Draw your shoulders down your back. Big inhale. Open up a bit. Keeping your knees on the ground. Shift up and back. This time, tuck your toes from your belly. Lift up and back toward a nice down dog. And put a big bend in your knees here. Really shift a little bit one way and the other way here. There's no goal of getting your heels on the ground or your shoulders in a certain place, just making moving well here your goal. Rocking a little side to side from your middle until you find that centered place. Take a big inhale high and toward your tippy toes. And easy, soften and relax. Roll on out toward your plank pose. Nice long wave. So here's a good place to build a little bit of strength, but really it's also a fun practice to simply let yourself be here. And there's a little bit of a challenge, but you don't have to do anything extra than to simply be and breathe right here. So you can even soften right here, a little bend in your whole self, a little roll around. Big inhale, lift. Rock toward your left side and roll right side plank here. Big, easy stretch. Feet can kind of stay where they are. If that's stabilizing or lowering a shin down or another variation you like, go for it. And all the way back here toward your middle plank, other side, lift and roll, stretch everything open. Any variation that makes you feel stable is always a good choice. And all the way back here toward that plank in your middle, soften your knees down, sink your hips again, maybe real high or maybe a little bit lower or a lot lower. Go where feels best. Right now, draw your shoulders on your back, big inhale, open up. And keeping your knees on the ground, shift up and back, tuck your toes from your belly, lift up toward that down dog, settle in. We'll crawl up here toward the top of your space there, shift to the side, belly, foot, and a hand can crawl. So easy all the way up here. Crawling and crawling. And then to get your hands back, see what happens if you just kind of shift your hips one way and the other way. How nice is that? Just sliding your hands back in, letting your head go, your neck go. Little bend in your knees, roll everything up towards standing here. Crawl up yourself gently. Big inhale, reach everything tall. Stay standing here. Drop your arms down and relax. 2 more just like that. Big inhale, reach. Easy. Drop and relax. Let it go. 1 more time. Big inhale, reach. Easy. All the way up and over. Crawl back down yourself here. Crawl toward your right side. Slide your left foot all the way back here. Nice low lunge. Scoot your feet a little bit apart here so you're nice and stable. We'll come up to stand. A little bit in that back knee. Roll up through your middle tall. Lift high. Palms find each other. Bring it in here. Thumbs right to your heartbeat. That same kind of pressure to lean back, lift. Easy. Let it go. A little bend in that back knee. Just relax in the middle. 2 more times. Big inhale. Long exhale. Let it go. Let your breath move you here. 1 more time. Big inhale. Lift. Easy. All the way back down. Crawl down. Let that left hand find your ground. Lean into it. Twist toward your front leg. Open up. Big stretch. And we'll trade sides here. Right hand finds your ground. Spin your back heel down so both feet are on the ground there. Roll your belly. Then everything opens up like a big flower from the center. Easy. Let's come up to stand here. Bend through both knees. Reach your top arm back. Big inhale. Pulls everything nice and tall. And wiggle your feet around toward a warrior 2. Right toes come forward. Left toes come in. Your body's right in the middle. And like a big bird gliding. Open everything right out. Nice and calm and easy here. Can be in one position that's pretty still, but when you soften here, something really cool happens. Your breath literally starts to make things easier for you. Every inhale fills you up, does the work for you, and every exhale releases and relaxes. And let's add some more movement here. Big inhale, lift up, lift your hips, lift your arms. Easy. Relax everything back out. 2 more times. Big inhale, lift tall. Easy. All the way back out. 1 more time. Big inhale, lift up. Easy. All the way back out here. Tip on back, reverse, lean back. Nice big stretch. Take your front leg with you in side angle. Bend through your knees, wave up and over. Rest this forearm right on your thigh. Back arm pulls you up and over. Roll your belly open here. Big stretch like you're leaning on a friend, leaning on a tree here. Little bend in that back knee. Reach your top arm back. Big inhale pulls you up nice and tall. This time bring your front toes in here so both feet are parallel and just relax your arms down easy. Big inhale, lift up. Put a little bend in your knees, crawl down here, up and over, a nice forward bend here. And just hang over, a little bend in your knees. Maybe relax your head and neck. Maybe a little rock a bit here, side to side, easy. Bring your hands back on the ground. Roll yourself up to stand, but make this easy on yourself. Crawl up here so there's no dizzy surprise. Practicing moving while coming back up. Little bend in your knees and crawl yourself back up to stand here at a place you can stand easy. Little bend in your knees, relax. Big inhale, reach everything up. crawl up and over, back toward that forward bend, crawl down yourself here. Lean toward your left side, slide your right leg way back here, low lunge, and kind of scoot your feet a little bit apart so you're sturdy and your legs will come up to stand. Round up through your middle, tall, lift high. Palms find each other. Bring it in here. Thumbs right to your heartbeat. Make this action useful here so you can really lift and be supported here by your thumbs, by your breath. 2 more times, lift. Might even be able to feel your heart pumping for you. I always think that's such a cool feeling. 1 more time, a lift. Easy, crawl back down here. This time, right hand finds your ground, lean into it, twist toward your front leg open, big stretch. And trade sides here, left hand finds your ground, spin your back heel down so both feet are on the ground there. From your middle, roll your belly. Everything opens, one easy movement, leading into the next gently. And coming up to stand here, bend through both knees, reach your top arm back, big inhale, pulls you up nice and high. And wiggle into that warrior 2. This time, left toes come forward, right toes come in, kind of wiggle around. Get situated here in a good position and everything opens out low and steady. Almost like a big horizon there, easy. Letting yourself simply be where you are. A lot of practicing here is doing the thing and then practicing leaving yourself alone. There's something really cool in Tai Chi where you don't want to double do something here. So often it's so easy to get into a warrior 2 and then, oh, I'm in my warrior 2. I'm really doing it, but in a way that's working against yourself. So being in the position and then letting your breath do everything else. No need to double do anything. Practicing ease, practicing leaving yourself alone, letting your breath be in charge. And a little bit more movement here. Big inhale, let everything lift up. Easy, all the way back out. 2 more times. Big inhale, pulls you tall. Easy, let it go. 1 more time. Big inhale, fills you up. Easy, let it go back out. Tip on back, reverse, lean back. Nice big stretch. Take your front leg with you in side angle here. Bend through your knees up and over. Rest your forearm gently like a coffee table there. Back arm floats up and over. Roll your belly open here. Lean back. And come back up. A little bend in your knees. Reach your top arm back. Big inhale pulls you tall. Easy. Everything out like a nice bird gliding there. Tip on back, reverse. Lean back. And same thing again here, wave up and over, rest your forearm gently, back arm pulls you over, roll your belly open here, lean back. A little bend in your knee, reach your top arm back, lift up everything tall, turning your feet to face each other here. Drop your arms, relax. Big inhale, lift, maybe a little arch. Easy, crawl up and over, back for that nice forward bend. And your calm, maybe just hang over, relax, let your head and neck go. Might feel nice to get an easy twist here. Bring a hand into the ground, bend through your knees, big inhale, open out for a big stretch. And exhale, back to your middle, other side. Bend first, big inhale, open. Easy, back to your center here, a little bend in your knees. Roll yourself up to stand, use your hands on your thighs to help out here. Shift to one side and walk yourself back up to stand in a nice, calm, steady place. And even standing here, a little shift one way and the other way. Finding a nice, steady place. Maybe bring your hands to your belly or just down, however's most cozy for you. Take a big inhale, reach everything up. Easy, all the way over, back toward that forward bend here. Bend through your knees, crawl on back toward a nice down dog here. Settle in, little shift one way and the other way to find that center and roll back out toward your plank pose. Nice long wave. Little rock a bit one way and the other way. Let your hands and feet move until you find a position that feels supportive here. It shouldn't be a struggle. Soften your knees down. Sink your hips here, maybe real high for a big stretch, or a little bit lower, a lot lower there if that's better. Draw your shoulders down your back. Big inhale, open up. And keeping your knees on the ground, shift up and back. Take an easy rest here, maybe in child's pose with your arms stretched forward or rolling up to sit if that's more comfy, however feels best for you right now. Simply notice how you feel. Let's keep moving here. Crawl yourself back up onto all fours. Let's get in your shoulders a little bit. Lean toward your right side. So much of this left arm just slides under here. Your whole upper back can rest on the ground or your shoulder, however feels best. Maybe that other arm stretches forward. Maybe you get kind of funky with it, stretching a leg out to the side. Really, you can make this your own. Make everything your own here. And eventually bring it back another side here. Lean left, slide your right arm whoosh all the way under. Find a good spot for you. Might do a little somersault. That's okay. Just go easy. It's happened before. Must be really good into that shoulder. And eventually come all the way back up there and tuck your toes from your belly. Lift up and back toward that nice down dog. Settle back in, crawl back up to the top of your space so you can really enjoy this. It's not a transition to get to the next place. It's a whole awesome thing. Every moment is a cool moment for you. Sliding back. Roll everything up towards standing here. Big inhale, reach up tall. Easy. All the way up and over here. We're coming down. Crawl yourself forward. Lean forward into your arms. Walk your feet back here so there's no tension on your knees. And sink on down toward a nice squat here. If a squat's no good, maybe come to sit or back onto all fours. Do anything that's painful or uncomfortable here. Roll around a bit if you like, maybe dropping your head and neck or opening up one way and then the other way. Easy, easy. Doesn't mean that it's always easy, but we can move with ease here. And eventually come on down toward the ground. Let's get into your hips and back and everything here a little bit more. First, bringing the bottoms of your feet together. And before you go forward here, let's crawl back. What goes forward must go back, and around we go. Big stretch, open, make some room. Maybe hang there, easy, all the way up and over. And you can just kind of lean your hands into your feet if that's nice. Might also feel nice to lean your elbows into your calves, or your hands can rest on the ground. You want to play with this kind of reset button here. This is great to bring your energy up if you feel a little sluggish, or if you're feeling kind of too much agitation, can help to calm things in that direction. It's a little DIY shiatsu. So simply leaning your thumbs right into the center of your foot here, just right below the ball of your foot. You don't need to kind of squeeze or do anything intense here, but just a place for your thumbs to squish in. Let your fingers relax here. And if you feel something kind of good or interesting, then that's good. You don't need to think about the effect of the shiatsu. If you're interested, this relates to your kidney function, which acts as your battery. I like to call it the reset button because it's easier for me to remember, like turning something off and turning it back on. This one might be a fun one to really do anytime. Once you had enough of that one here, gently roll yourself all the way up. Let's get into a little bit more. Lean back a little bit. Grab a hold of this right foot, maybe just your foot here right above your knee for a little rock a bit side to side. Or if it's nice and easy, squeeze it a little closer, but not necessary here. There's no one variation that's superior to the other. So that takes a lot of undoing for a lot of us, but really noticing how you feel is way more useful. And lean back a little bit. Maybe your right hand can help you on the ground. Slide your bottom leg out from under you there. Big inhale for a squeeze. And bring your foot on the ground right outside, real close. Kind of snuggle that leg in like a good friend, like a teddy bear there. Big inhale, pull this left arm up. Exhale, draw it in here. You can use your elbow to kind of give yourself a little lift up. Easy twist around. Or if you wanted something even more twisty, your arm can just slide outside of that leg a little bit. If that feels too kind of constricted, then back off a little bit. Both are great. Easy around. And unraveling from your center here, big inhale, lift up like a big owl. Just lengthening and then turning around from your center all the way around. And come back around here. If it's nice to slide your foot, there might be like a puzzle piece here, your foot right into your hip crease. If that feels amazing, go for it. If it feels anything other than amazing, just bring it down like a tree on the ground or another simple position here. Crawl yourself back, big inhale, open, make some room. Easy, all the way up and over here around one way or toward the other way. And if you've got a foot and a hand nearby, you can play around with some DIY shiatsu again. There's another really fun meridian just between your big toe and your first toe knuckle bone there, right in the middle where it's squishy, not on the bone. If you kind of press in there, and then the direction for that one is away from the center of your body. Might find an interesting sensation there. And if it feels like something kind of compelling is happening, that's usually a good sign to stay with it. If it doesn't feel like anything is happening, or if it feels like nothing's working, just let it go. Roll around, try something else. And this place here has to do with anger, which is really interesting. If you have a hard time expressing your anger, this is meant to allow you to express your anger in a healthier way. And if you kind of tend to blow up, it helps to ease that a little bit. So kind of interesting how all these meridians are supposedly connected to our functions of our body, but also emotionally, really what's going on with the whole self. But also you don't have to worry about it. Just let it go. Cool thing is you don't even have to know about it for these things to work sometimes. And we're always kind of naturally leaning on ourselves to heal ourselves. If you learn a little bit, and practice a little bit, you might find something really cool, really helpful. Eventually coming all the way back up, let's just try that other side. Lean back a little bit, grab your foot here, maybe right above your knee, a little rock and roll, or a little bit more of a squeeze, but only if that feels a lot better than the other version here. Lean back a little bit, use your hand to help, slide your other leg out from under there, big inhale, squeeze. And bring your foot on the ground right outside, real snuggled into you. Big inhale, pull this right arm up. Exhale, draw your arm around. Give yourself a lift up, almost like you're pulling yourself up off the ground and easy around a bit more. Or if you want a little bit more, you can be here. But if that feels kind of crunched in, just back off so you feel open and spacious here. And eventually unraveling, same thing around toward your other side here. Big inhale, lift from your middle. Easy around a bit more. You can come back around here. If that foot and that puzzle piece kind of fit together right on that hip crease, might feel like the best thing in the whole world. If it's not, don't worry about it. There's nothing magical about that position. It just might feel right for you right now. And bring your foot down here and crawl back. Big inhale, open, make some room. Easy, all the way up and over, around one way or the other way. And if you want to play around, just leaning with your thumb into different places of your foot here, this arch line, that might feel really nice too. Just easy leaning in. You can also play around with leaning in on the inside of your lower shin there. That's a nice line. But simply play around and see what feels interesting. You can't really do it wrong. You can't hurt yourself with some gentle leaning in pressure on your feet here. And that the first principle of shiatsu in a way is making a good connection with yourself. And if you're doing this with a partner, then bringing that good connection with you into a good connection with someone else. But we can always practice on ourselves, which is so great. And eventually let that go, come all the way back up here. Lean back a little bit, one more forward bend. Your call, maybe feet just away from your body, legs just going the other way or stretched out a little bit, or another version if you like. And before you go forward here, crawl yourself back, big inhale, open, make some room. Hang in here a bit longer, or easy up and over. This is a nice one. It can kind of bring the floor to you by bringing your legs, your arms underneath your legs here. So your knees can easily be bent, especially if you feel like you're stretching forward and not much is happening. This can get that whole back of you release happening a little bit easier. Just easy play around, a few breaths. Let your middle tell the rest of you where to go and kind of roll around one way. Maybe you'll find something nice happening in your lower back on one side. Maybe a shoulder may just let go. Maybe roll around to your other side. And hang here a little longer, a lot longer if you like, or if you're ready to roll on down toward the ground here. Carry your knees with you for the ride there. So this is easier on your back. And just hold on to your knees. Let your legs just fall away from you here. Maybe even give your legs a little, kind of like a day at a park, kick, swing, easy. Make sure there's no extra effort there. Just a few more easy movements to unwind here. Maybe a gentle twist one way and the other way, letting your knees fall to one side and the other side like a windshield wiper there. Feel free to have any easy movements that help you unwind, or maybe knees together here, feet together, knees apart. Find a simple place to rest for a few moments. Maybe arms up, might feel nice on your shoulders, or hands on your belly, might feel calm. Just choose your position here that feels best for you. Let everything rest here just for a bit. If there's any tension lingering around, take a big inhale. Long exhale. Let it go. If you'd like to stay here for a little while, feel free. Rather come up and sit for a while together. Easy on yourself, easy, gently, no hurry. Bringing yourself back up toward a nice, calm, centered place there. Be a little roll a bit one way, a little rock a bit the other way. Shifting and drifting your way toward your center. It's like a buoy in the ocean here. When the waves come, the buoy's moving a bit, not resisting, just going the direction the wave is moving it. And when the waves decide to calm, the buoy finds its new center. And simply notice how you feel. Take a big inhale, reach up. Bring your palms together. Bring it back in here. Thumbs can plug into your heartbeat, making that nice connection, or hands to your belly or down if that's better. One breath together. Big inhale. Long exhale. Let it go. Simply notice how you feel. Hope you feel something nice, maybe something useful. And cool thing about a practice like this is you can keep it going all the time. So it doesn't have to end when the movements that look like yoga end. You can continue rolling around. If you're sitting on the ground, if you're crawling or walking or standing, you can just easily slide back into taking care of yourself mode by a little bit of a softness, a little bit of a wiggle, maybe. Watching your breath move you and taking this with you everywhere you go. So hopefully you enjoyed practicing. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. Let me know any way that I can be useful. Happy to practice with you all and share. And hopefully you're feeling all right. And see you soon.
Thank you, Tara, so very much. That was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We are so grateful for you being here today to make a difference for our community. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. To the amazing TLC staff for being here today and putting this event together, thank you. For all of you who joined us, thank you for being here today. Don't forget to help us by completing the post-event survey, which is now linked in the chat. Remember that completing a post-event survey enters you into the drawing for a BFRB Brave box valued at over $150. Get registered now for more BFRB Awareness Week events. There is something for everyone. You can learn more on TLC's event page, which is now linked in the chat. And it's not too late for you to wear your BFRB pride. So if you're interested in our merch, including beanies and shirts and sweatshirts and more, you can find that on our bonfire site. 10% of every sale is donated back to TLC to support programs like this. And that link is now in the chat. And finally, if you enjoyed attending today, please consider making a donation to TLC. This helps us continue to offer programming like BFRB Awareness Week and more. You can make a donation now at bfrb.org/donate. Thank you again for being here. We look forward to seeing you all again soon. Have a great rest of your day.